Hey everybody, it's time to talk about what's going on not only just in Dallas-Fort Worth, but the Collin County Metroplex when it comes to real estate. So before I get into numbers, I always like to give context so I can tell you I was on vacation. It's now been about a week and a half or so, and while I was there, my phone started ringing. So I'm telling you that activity's up. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's more buyers, but buyers' rates dropped. They started drifting back up. The Fed's going to cut rates, and I did a video about this when I came back. And there's varying opinions on what's going to happen with mortgage rates when the Fed cuts. I always emphasize the overnight rate does not affect mortgage rates. It affects sentiment, and sentiment's very important when it comes to real estate. So sellers, what you need to know is rates came down, so buyers can afford more, a little more than they could. I've been working with some buyers looking at new construction, and a lot of you buyers have been looking at new construction. Just a word to the wise: if you're out looking, at some point all the inventory that's out there will be gone, and that's when the builders will quit giving these huge incentives. I showed some over the weekend, and rates below 5% from the builder, fixed for 30 years. I'll just say that I won't give too much more detail than that, but we'll just say it's northwest of where I live. And very beautiful area, large price cuts. At some point when rates do drop, if rates drop into the mid fives, which who knows will that happen, I think we're going to see a rush because there's a lot of pent-up demand. This message is for both buyers and sellers. Sellers, you still have to price right. Buyers are picky, I can tell you that. And if you get a full price offer, seller, be happy. And if the buyer asks you for repairs, don't turn them down, because that could be a death blow in this market. The average days on market in Collin County, one of my title reps told me, was 109. It's still not a buyer's market. It favors buyers more. It's definitely not a seller's market, but that doesn't mean it's not a good time to sell, because when you buy, you're going to get a better deal on your purchase. So the Fed was supposed to cut rates while I was away. That didn't happen. Not sure if it's going to happen this week, but sometimes after the Fed cuts rates, mortgage rates actually rise because the anticipation of the rate cut already occurred and baked into the numbers. And then the market sees it as like, so it's the 10-year T-bill you have to watch. Now let's get into the numbers. The last 7 days, all across Dallas-Fort Worth, there were 3,713 new listings. That's up 59 from the week before. 680 homes went back on the market. That's down 58. 414 home sellers increased their price. That's up 242 from the week before. So sellers are getting the message. It's not a time to raise prices. 5,815 homeowners reduced the price of their home. Now that's down 54 from the week before, but that's still 2,000 more price reductions than new listings that hit the market. So sellers, that's a signal. Watch it. If you put a home in the market and you're not getting showings the first weekend, you're probably overpriced. And reducing price will fix that. Offering seller concessions is another way. It's one thing I advise clients to do. If you have questions about what's going on in your neighborhood, happy to talk to you. But now let's talk about this. There were 1,570 homes that went under contract. That's up 80 from the week before. 2,226 homes closed. That's down 130 from the prior week. 428 homes expired off the internet, down to 1,022. Last week was the first of the month, so that's very common. And 1,107 home sellers canceled their listings, down 59 from the week before. That's because they're not listening to their agents about the market, or maybe their agent's not informing them. I'm going to go with it's probably the first one. The other thing is, if you're requiring 24-hour notice for your home to be shown, I'm kind of going on a rant here, because I'll just say there's a listing that expired that this is the cause for it. If you have large Animals, that could be a downside. If you have pet smells or strong food smells, that can be a deterrent for people making an offer on your home. Just want to put that out there. Make it like a home that you would want to go in and buy yourself. Just remember, what you see, hear, smell, a buyer will see, hear, smell, touch. So just keep that in mind. Now let's talk about Collin County market. From homes being new to the market have been sold, we're at 1,070, up 34 from the week before. There are 503 new homes hit the market at a price change in Collin County. 192 went under contract, 146 went pending, 229 that sold. Allen, 37 new homes hit the market at a price change, 17 went under contract, 6 went pending, 16 that sold. Lavon, we had 20 new homes hit the market at a price change, 2 went under contract, 17 went pending, and 8 that sold. Parker, 2 new homes hit the market at a price change, none went under contract, 1 went pending, and 1 that sold. Fairview, 4 new homes hit the market at a price change, 4 went under contract, nothing went pending, and 5 that sold. Now we'll talk about the 3 largest cities in the Collin-Denton County area. Number 1 again this week from homes being new to the market have been sold is Mckinney at 269. Plano number 3 at 155. Frisco number 3 at 141. Why has Mckinney got so much more volume? Lots of construction there, less expensive than Frisco. So that's why. Plano's an outer ring suburb now. It's older, so homes there are still expensive, just not as expensive as Frisco. There's not a lot of new construction in Plano anymore. It's at the age where some neighborhoods are being torn down and being rebuilt, just like in Dallas. Speaking of Plano, 67 new homes hit the market at a price change. 44 went under contract, 14 went pending, and 30 that sold. Frisco, 63 new homes hit the market at a price change. 36 went under contract, 10 went pending, and 32 that sold. Mckinney, look at this number. 118 homes hit the market at a price change. 52 went under contract, 40 went pending, and 59 that sold. Farmersville, great little town. 14 new homes hit the market at a price change. 2 went under contract, 6 went pending, and 2 that sold. Wylie, 21 new homes hit the market or had a price change. 13 went under contract, 3 went pending, and 8 that sold. Every once in a while, I'll interject something that's not directly real estate related. I was at a meeting today, and they were talking about the price of health care. There are many people like myself that are on the ACA, and the tax subsidies will expire December 31st. This isn't a political statement, but that's going to affect a lot of people's pocketbook. So I'm actually at the age where I won't be on regular health insurance because of the age I'll be next year. You can figure that out. But did you know that the healthcare premiums are going up the most they have across the country since the ACA was put into play? They're going up 20% nationwide. In Texas, they're going up 31%. So just be prepared for that. Just like our other insurance premiums, car and homeowners insurance. Not trying to be a negative Nelly, just trying to educate you on what's coming. Since I learned something, I like to pass it along. Princeton, talk about it every week. 58 new homes hit the market at a price change. 7 went under contract, 23 went pending, and 25 that sold. Melissa, for all you Becky's lovers like me, 11 new homes hit the market at a price change. 6 went under contract, 4 went pending, and 8 that sold. Anna, 18 new homes hit the market at a price change. 7 went under contract, 6 went pending, and 7 that sold. Ben Alstein, 10 new homes hit the market at a price change. 3 went under contract, 1 went pending, and 5 that sold. I'll be doing some new video content maybe later this week because after being gone, things have gotten busy. If you have any questions, all my contact information is at this end of this video. I'd love for you to like, share, subscribe. My dog Augusta sure would love it. And if you have any questions about anything, you need a connection with someone. I've lived in Dallas since I was 2 years old, so I have a lot of connections. See you next week. Hope you're enjoying my content. See you soon.